Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so we are starting with this. I am a Kweku Chains fan. Those of you, I don't think you can know me deeply enough and have followed me for the last 5 years without knowing this. I am a Kweku Chains fan. And so I am a living legend. I found my uniform. I'm rocking it. If you haven't got yours, go find Kweku and go get yours and support him to make a living out of his talents. I really do believe in people being able to benefit from the talents that are given to them. Yeah. Go and get your uniform. I am inviting some of you to come to the Ascendancy Collective. Find it. It is on the screen and follow. Can I start this lesson, lesson with a disclaimer, a list of disclaimers? This is a video for adults who want to learn lessons, who want to see what has happened and do not want to get to a place and want to know some of the factors that might help you avoid. Okay? If you don't know how to emotionally regulate, move. We are not here to come and dish dirt on anybody, but I'm going to tell you some things and then I'm going to tell you my view. I'm going to refer to blackrasta's video. Blackrasta is making some allegations and is putting information there. I have not had time to verify any of that information, but I also have enough experience as a person who is from that domain. I am a politician's daughter, I always say. I'm a politician's daughter, so I understand how politicians rule. Funnily enough, this particular politician in question was my classmate from kindergarten. I went to kindergarten with John Kumah. We went to Rapid Preparatory School in Sinyani together. So John is my guy. We reconvened, lost track for years, reconvened in Legon. So he is not new to me. There is no way I will disrespect John or his memory right now. And I always say to you guys, I am one of the people who is a living testimony to the work done to get himself where he was. When we were in Legon, we were any workers. Any work, yeah. He has hustled to get where he is. He has passed, unfortunately. That is something that still saddens me to this day. But you see, I'm also somebody who tells the truth. Lilian, his wife, I never knew her. I have no contact with the woman. But she is a woman. And when I made my initial video, there were some of these things that I had a suspicion on, tongue-in-cheek, but I had absolutely no basis to voice any of those things out. So I shut up and I moved on. But today, my friend was like, you know, that video you made was inadequate. You know you did not address the actual elephant in the room. You've got to go back and you've got to address it. But I was going to ignore it. And then Rasta made his video. This same friend and a few other people have sent the Black Rasta video to me. And I have watched the Black Rasta video. And so I cannot sit here and be a hypocrite. I will be honest and sincere as usual. So this is me coming to mop up and be honest and sincere and tell you a lesson that I have always taught on this platform about fidelity and its importance to loyalty. The importance of fidelity in building loyalty. We're going to talk about that one. We are definitely going to talk about it. So having listened to these disclaimers, if you know that you can't emotionally regulate, get off the screen and go home. Because I also don't have patience for toddler tantrums. I don't. We are going to have this discourse as adults. I'm going to share my views. If you have your views, feel free to share it in the comments and we will engage. So far, I haven't seen any comments. I'm hoping that that means you haven't made any comments. I will go and log in on the laptop in a minute and have a look check because sometimes this app can do very funny things. But for the time being, I'm going to assume no comments have been made. And that's why there is nothing to respond to. It's a monologue anyway. Let's continue. So, John died 20 months ago. And at his funeral, his wife was not consolable. But before his funeral, his wife was very composed. A friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, contacted me at that time, and the person says, "Girl, have you seen how composed his wife is?" And I'm like, John is a politician, young, vibrant politician. John was a very intelligent man. He was very dynamic. And I can imagine the way Ghanaian girls are when they see a young, vibrant, dynamic man. They will be all over him. They will be all over him. As a young, vibrant, dynamic Ghanaian man, is he likely to have been disciplined around these girls? No. No. Most of them are not disciplined around these girls and women. They are not. And yeah, there are a lot of my friends still in politics. There are a lot of my friends in business. There are many people who are slightly older than me. And like I said, I am not one who is brand new to this. I am a politician's daughter. So I have been around this scene for a long time, especially in politics, where you are in the public eye, where your dynamism is on display, where women will come to you to come and see whatever. A few years ago, I remember going to the Youth Enterprise office to go see John. And I was joking to the girl who was at reception. I said to the girl, "I'm here, I've got an appointment with John. I'm coming to come see John." And I could see how the woman looked at me. And I very quickly, jokingly said to her, "Well, sorry, as you can see, I'm a woman, not a girl. So no, not a girlfriend." And then she said something along the lines of, "That doesn't change anything." We joked about it. But I was trying to make light of the fact that here I was, I said something. I went with my children and Ernest Cranting. It was the four of us who went. And I said to the person, "Well, one, married, two, adult-looking children. No, John is my classmate, and I have an appointment to come see him." It became necessary, and it still remains necessary, for me to make some of these disclaimers when I go around to see some of my guys, some of my friends. Yeah, because there is a culture around these men. There is a culture with women either throwing themselves or women being available, and those guys enjoying their sampling of these women, so that it has become necessary now. There are some of the people I won't even go to their offices to see. It's a mess. When you walk into those offices, people will assume that you are there for a reason. I'm not there for any of those reasons, and so I won't even go to some of the offices. I will not. There are some people, you will meet me on the curb where everybody can see you and I, because I do not want to compromise my position as a married woman. And yeah, if I go to any place, typically I will go with my children in tow. Somebody was saying you are everywhere with the children. There are many reasons for it. Yeah, I come with my army. If it is a place the husband has time and wants to come with me, he will come with me too. I never go to places on my own in Ghana because I am aware of the culture. I am aware. Sometimes you go to a place, you are waiting, and the secretary is busy shooting daggers at you, and you're like, "What?" Yeah, I've now understood the system enough. I'm telling you these things because I want to build an understanding for you, for some of the assumptions that blackrasta, some of the assertions that blackrasta made that I am not struggling to believe. It doesn't mean that anybody has corroborated the story. I'm just telling you, being aware of how the culture is around these spaces, some of the things that blackrasta alleges are not difficult for me to understand and accept. If you've watched my videos for a long time, I tell you that if you want somebody to be loyal to you, you've got to be faithful to them. If you want somebody to be loyal to you, you've got to be faithful to them. I've told you that many times, and I will repeat it one more time this time. Young men who think that you are in your prime, and I've told many stories on this platform to teach this simple lesson. It is a thing a lot of men need to understand. You will go to a man on his dying bed and his wife is busy wiping his brow. His wife is feeding him soup. His wife is wiping this, wiping. It gets a reason why. And you will go to another person's deathbed. The wife is there. She's sitting there. She might even shove soup in your mouth, but it will be shoved. When your brow needs wiping, they may wipe the left one and leave the right one for you. And there are many wives who will not come. There are many wives who will leave you at those times with your nannies, maid servants, anybody else, house help, to be with you, and they will be minding their business. There are women who will sit at your deathbed with a book. There's a friend of mine who is a cardiologist, and a woman came in to come sit at the deathbed of her husband, and she crossed her legs and she was reading a book. And my friend was telling me, can you imagine? I said, I can imagine. Let me tell you, go back to your patient, since you are curious, and ask your patient. His wife comes to sit and cross her leg. There's a guy here who was also sick. His wife came from the US and came here to the apartment in Abu Dhabi and went to the hospital for like an hour a day, 1 hour. She made an appearance, and then she came here and carried on with her tourism. And the people here were definitely aggrieved. They were complaining. I knew that she had caught her husband being unfaithful whilst he had been here. That's the reason why she came here for a short period and she went back to the States. She did not want to be here. She left. And so the guy is now seriously ill. Everybody, they hadn't divorced. So as the spouse, everybody expected her to come. She bought a ticket and came here, and she was busy doing tourism whilst the husband was seriously ill in hospital. There were random strangers and friends who would go and sit with him for hours whilst his wife was in the flat chilling. I want to explain those things to you. I want you to understand the difference between the men who have women at their bedside wiping their brow and the ones who have women with their legs crossed, reading books, scrolling on social media, making chill phone calls whilst you take your last breath. And I want to tell you the secrets so that you can understand. You see, when you are young and you have all the freedoms and liberties to make your choices, a lot of men will sample women whilst you are supposed to be connected to one. You will disrespect her, and because of the way society is, sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's religious, sometimes it's social organization, sometimes it's just convenience, whatever. You are in your prime and you are in control and you can do whatever, and the women can't do much. When you do that, you aggrieve a person's soul. We keep scores. I can tell you, I'm a woman, I keep scores. We may seemingly move on, but there is a score at the back of your head. Let something little happen and the devil will send an email. Why are you here doing this for this guy? Is this not the guy who just did this to you? Is it not? Sometimes the devil will try that email and it doesn't work. And in the middle of it, he say, you are a hypocrite. Why are you behaving as if you are loyal when you know you are not loyal? Because he has already done you bad and you know it. Your spirit is aggrieved. Why are you pretending? Why are you pretending? I'm telling you these things because I want all of you, especially those who have not made this cardinal mistake. I tell you, if you are not ready to marry, don't marry. When you decide you are getting married, we women get married because we are looking for the long haul. We are looking for somebody to do life with. We want to be faithful to you. We want you to be faithful to us. But if you cannot be faithful to us, we will not be faithful to you too. Sadly, the way society works, it's not sexual that a person will be an infidel to you. It would be when you need them on your sick bed. It will be when you need them on your deathbed. And it will be when you are dead and we are mourning. When we are dead. I saw Lilian Kumah soon after John died. She granted some interviews. And Lilian Kumah was very composed. She was incredibly composed. in those videos. And a few of my associates and I had a conversation about it. I'm like, there will be a reason. That is not a woman who is very emotional. And the person says, well, John has been sick for a while. I'm like, possibly. But you know, sick for a while doesn't get you detached to this point. That girl was very detached. Very detached. Sick for a while does not get you this detached. You must make peace with your realities and your situations in order for you to be this detached. At the funeral, she was not consolable, because if you go to anybody's funeral and you see the dead body there, it will upset you. I've seen random strangers die, and I have shed a tear. Actually, I have not even seen random strangers die. I've sat here and watched Facebook reels of people mourning their dead. Sometimes, most of the time, I don't even see the picture of the dead. I just see people upset that they are mourning their dead, and that is enough to trigger me. So the cry at the funeral, a person says, okay, finally, look at her. She's so upset at the funeral. I feel she cares. And I'm like, that funeral one does not really determine much. When the body is there, everybody will cry. That does not suggest anything but me. The initial videos I saw, I think people were peddling some lies that she wanted to come and correct, if I am not mistaken. And those videos, when she was addressing the media, hey, the girl was very composed. Too composed for a recently widowed girl. And so I said to my friend, hey, there might be underlying story. So anyway, let me remove my long mouth and let me go place it in my own affairs. Let me go and drink my own pepper soup and leave people's affairs. And I left it. But this Black Rasta video, Black Rasta is alleging that the 6 children we know to be children of John Kumah are not all Lilian Kumah's biologicals. According to Black Rasta, 2 of those children were not Lilian Kumah's children. I'll let that sink in. And those of you who don't understand, a woman who has gone through this, being very quick to move on and seek happiness, she told you she is not going to be held ransom by grief. Again, the videos that we have seen of that woman, there was defiance. And I had a feeling when I saw, especially the one at her church after the marriage, it was defiance. And I had a feeling it was defiance towards her husband's family. Because in these situations, women get mad at the man's family when they refuse to intervene during the age of foolishness. I'm a woman. I'm telling you that. If you are a man's family and you stand and watch me being disrespected and you stand to support him whilst he's doing his nonsense, I will write your name in my black book and I will write it in red ink. And that is how a lot of women operate. It sounded to me that these people had not intervened when she needed intervention. Oh, be quiet, don't worry. Hey, you stay here. Yeah, wait. She was very young when they were first married. But yeah, Black Rasta says, and if we are going to believe a word Black Rasta says, to be brought 2 children out of wedlock during the term of your marriage, especially in a society like a Ghanaian society where everybody knows and everybody has a long mouth and everybody has an opinion in everything. Yeah, no. In Ghana, people will be very quick to report matters to you. There was a woman who died, and at the time, people were making jokes. I knew. Olayemi said no one is perfect in any relationship, no matter how colorful. Well, Olayemi, some human beings know that if they cannot be faithful, they don't get married. Olayemi, if you commit to marriage, Olayemi, you better learn how to be faithful. I'm telling you. If you are not faithful, your wife may forgive. Your wife may disregard, but I kid you not. There is a score keeping in a woman's mind. I don't know if the rest of them are willing to be honest and sincere about it. They never forget it. And I dare say they never forgive it. I have sat on this platform and I have heard so many women tell me so many stories. If you know the extent to which women aggrieved will go, if you understand that pain, the betrayal, and the pain it does, it almost makes a lot of the women mentally warped, if you didn't know. I'm telling you this. A lot of you still don't hear this when I preach it. Don't do it. The ramifications are scary. Scary. Madeline. Oh, I'm very observant. As for me, hey, I am the observer of overtones and undertones that don't concern me. Don't you remember? I see before people actually even do. That is me. People always accuse me of it. Long mouth hammer. Yeah. Miss Vilma, have a blessed, productive 2026 too. Much love from Abu Dhabi. It's wonderful to see you. I come to make these videos, Olayemi, because I want you men to learn. Who is not perfect? Well, the women are also not perfect. That's why we can't forgive. You are not perfect, so you offend. I am not perfect, so I don't forgive. You are not perfect. You can't be faithful. I am also not perfect. I cannot forget. And at the hour of your need, I shall remember your sins. I will. I shall remember your sins. And I may even try to bypass it. It's difficult. Hey, it is difficult for you to stand with a person who has done you this bad. It is difficult. It is so easy for you to just disengage. Believe me. If you do this to a woman, disengagement is almost a natural positioning. So let this not be I don't know about weaknesses. I do know about weaknesses. We all have weaknesses, but some things are not weaknesses, my brother. Some things are choices. And we are not going to sit here and lie to ourselves and say they are weaknesses. Well, if you are weak in sinning, I'm also weak in my inability to forgive. A lot of my sisters are even weaker in that domain. It's just those of us who are honest and sincere to tell you openly like this are a few and very far in between. I'm telling you. So, Lilian Kumah did not wait for 2 years, and Lilian Kumah decided she's moving on. Where is the surprise when you hear that she may have been brought 2 children that were not even her biological children? Huh? Oh yeah, Richard. Yeah. Me, I observe things. If you know anything about me, observing unnecessary things that don't concern me, I am very good at it. I read body language. I read undertones. And I was watching. Yes, she was upset at the funeral. But that was the only time she was upset. In all the other times when we saw Lilian Kumah, before the funeral and after the funeral, she has been composed. A woman who is as composed as Lilian Kumah is detached emotionally. Detached. How do women detach? They do so as a means of survival, of coping with great adversity. The greatest adversity a woman will suffer is the betrayal of an infidel. The greatest adversity a woman will suffer, it is the betrayal of an infidel, especially the betrayal of an infidel in a very public way. When this girl runs a church, the church people know. When this man is in politics, all the people know. According to Black Rasta, it was the people around them who kept telling Lilian, hey, Lilian, this secretary, you. Lilian, this secretary, you. Lilian, the secretary is pregnant too. No husband. Hey, Lilian, the secretary has had a child, though. No husband. Hey, the secretary is pregnant again, oh, no husband. I am only going off what Black Rasta says. Black Rasta says that one girl became so problematic that at some point, Lilian began to exert herself to the extent the girl had to be removed from her position. and had to be sent to London. Again, that is not too dissimilar to what tends to happen in this particular domain. And so I do not struggle at all to believe this might be possible. This might be true. I have not corroborated with anybody. I've not called anybody. I will call nobody. If you knew, you didn't say anything, you didn't do anything whilst he was here, keep the message to yourself, keep the information to yourself. I am not looking to rectify anything for anything. I'm just saying, because this video is not for John Kumah. John is gone. There is no lesson we can give that will benefit John. But even before he passed, it was too late. The die was already cast, according to some of these things that Black Rasta is saying. I'm telling those of you who are new to marriage, keep a concubine, keep multiple concubines, no problem. You stay there. Stay there. Tell them that you are a confirmed bachelor. Stay there. But don't go and marry anybody. Don't let anybody think that you are giving vows that you want to be faithful to. Let not somebody come being faithful and you be an infidel, because it will cost you. We have seen so many men. The worst story I have ever heard was a woman whose husband had had a stroke in Accra. The guy's family is from Mampong, not Kumasi, in the Midlands. For those of you who don't know, Accra is in the southern part of Ghana. Kumasi, our second city, is in the Midlands, the middle belt of Ghana. Mampong is the town of Kumasi, deeper into the hinterlands. This woman lived in Accra with her husband. Her husband got a stroke. She got sick and tired of his care. And so I was on the bus. This is how we heard the story. And she was explaining what she was doing and why she was doing it. And the guy was just there. He was crying. This guy apparently had also been a skirt chaser. He had made money before, but the money never went home. When money was flowing, the girls were flowing, and so not a dime was left in the coffers. Eventually, he got a stroke. And guess who his body was returned to? His wife, because she is the wife. All the girls run away. Those who ate the money all run away. They left this man and they brought this man. At this point, she had not seen this guy in action for over a decade. But they brought this guy to her. Initially, she didn't know what to do, so she just took the guy on. And then she found that she is carrying this heavy load of a man who had not been faithful to her, of a man who had not been loyal to her. Now she is spending her little bit of money that she is supposed to use to care for herself and the children that he has abandoned on her. And she's wasting this money buying medication for this man, and she and her children were suffering. And so she had brought this guy to the STC yard and was buying a one-way ticket for the guy. The guy was just begging, and he's like, I can't. She bought the tickets. They put the guy in. He was in pain. At the yard, before the car moved, she called the people in Mampong, told them, I have put him on the bus. Driver, when is the bus likely to get to the station in Kumasi? Driver gave an estimated time. I'm going home. I am done. When he was doing his thing and I called you, you did not intervene. Don't call my number again. He is your family member. If he dies, his body belongs to you. So I am sending him to you. If you like, go and get him at the station in Kumasi. If you don't like, leave him on the bus. I was continuing from Kumasi. And so she gives the number of the family members to the driver. And when we got to Kumasi, the driver had to ring the guy. The guy was just like 10 minutes away or so. They waited for him to come. And then they gave him the man before the bus took us. She did not want to care for him because he did not care for her. And at this point, she had been left with children that she was going to have to hustle and take care of. She was not willing to share a dime of her income with this guy. because he did not share a dime of his income with her. And you should have just been on the bus as the bus moved. Half of the people were bashing the woman, blah, de, blah, de, blah. There was just one older woman who got sick and tired of people and their stupid rhetoric. And he says, shut up, all of you. Shut up. Did you hear what she said? That this guy had run away from home for a decade, left little toddler children for her to care for, brought nothing, not a dime of his income. He was busy wasting his income. He was squandering it, having a great time. Now that he has a stroke, who wants her to be faithful? She no longer wants to be faithful to a man who had not been faithful to her. At the time, I thought that was a terrible story. No, it's not. When you think about it logically, if you will not share your income with me, why am I going to share my income with you? Huh? You will not share your good health with me. Why am I sharing your ill health with you? Huh? When you were a fit man, you knew where to go. Now that you are a sick man, is it me you want to come to? Oh, no. No. And some people will find the man could not speak. He could speak. He was vocal. He spent the whole time crying because he knew that the wages of his sin had finally caught up with him. The wages of his sin. And the woman was not. He says, they can crucify me if they want. They can send me to every radio station they want. I am not doing this stupid job. He is on the bus. And he's heading towards Mampong. He is their problem now, not mine. He removed himself from my list of problems a long time ago. Yeah. Let's come back to John Kumah. Doc, I see you. Let me tell you about John and Lilian Kumah according to Black Rasta. Black Rasta says that there are 2 children out of the 6 children that we knew and believed Lilian Kumah had, which are not hers. That she has 4 children, not 6. That suggests infidelity. According to Black Rasta, that John lived in a house in Cantonments whilst Lilian and the kids lived somewhere else. And that sometimes he would go home and sometimes he would not. Again, if you know how these Ghanaian politicians and even broadcasters are like, I know broadcasters who did the same. Their families lived in Medina. They lived in the flashy district. Yeah, some of them, a lot of them do not have family homes that they keep their wife and children. No, they tuck the wife and children in the outskirts somewhere so that they can live in cantonments, in Rage, in Airport Residential, in Trazaco, in all these places, and they can bring their flash of women. According to Black Rasta, that had been a situation for about 8 years between John and Lilian. Well, I'm sorry. If that were true, then the detachment we saw when John passed is understandable. Understandable. I saw a video and this girl was talking about the fact that John had died in her arms. And I'm looking at this girl like she's so composed. And me and my friend was like, whoa, how is she this composed? You will be that composed when you are emotionally detached. If a person begins to do some things, and if he is advised and he doesn't advise, as a coping mechanism, so you don't end up with heart illness, you don't end up with cardiovascular illness, everybody will tell you to detach, and it is the only survival mechanism available to you, so you will detach. If you detach, and if situations like this happen, you will be very composed. You will be very composed. Hey! A woman who is romantically in love and connected for this length, and a person passes in your, you will struggle to sit down and have a composed conversation. But if a person is having a very composed conversation, it will suggest some things. It would suggest some things. And some of those things, well, we saw in this funeral. So now think back to some of these situations. If you were Lilian Kumah and somebody had gone, and I hear now there is according to Black Rasta's video, I'm just referencing, Black Rasta alleges that there is another child who has now been brought in from the States, allegedly a John Kumah kid. when the first girl left and another girl came and became this executive secretary, even the new executive secretary, yeah. As I said, there was a lady who passed in the youth enterprise place and people were humming around John. John's name was in that pot uncomfortably. Gertrude, I'm very good. Happy New Year in advance. John's name was there somewhere. Is it too difficult to believe? No, like I said, he was a very good looking man. He was a very vibrant man. Yeah. John was beyond just good looking. He was very dynamic. That combination is incredibly attractive on its own. And when a guy is doing that and they have the financial backing of the jobs that he held, the titles that he held, the command that he had, and the wages he would have drawn, yeah, women will throw themselves. You will have to be incredibly disciplined to not fall for that trick, especially in Ghana. The women will make it their business in the morning to come and chase you. And they will come to your office with no knickers. They will come to your office with no knickers. They will come to your home. Your home. My mother is a politician's wife. My father is a politician. A lot of my father's friends and their wives, and I have heard so many rhetorics. Some of these girls have no shame. They will come to the homes. They will come to the homes. Some of them will come to the homes at awkward times that they will have to sleep. They will come to the homes pretending to be cousins. Some of them don't even waste their time pretending. They are politicians whose homes are visited by their side chicks. And many children who are brought to wives to take care of. Gertrude, you are laughing, but very true. You will have to be incredibly disciplined in order to not fall for some of those things. And I know many of my brothers have not met the word discipline. They have never read it before. They cannot spell it. They certainly cannot practice it. If you give me 100 Ghanaian men, maybe 0.5 have seen the word discipline before. Not even up to one whole number in every 100. Actually, you'll be lucky to get 1 in 1,000. Who has seen the word discipline and can spell it? Never mind practice it. No. Usually, the broke ones are the ones who claim to be disciplined. And they are loyal. Broke Ghanaian men. Broke black men. Broke men generally. The broke ones, they are so loyal, they are so faithful because they are broke. Give them an inch. Let them get a little bit in their pockets. Let them get a name. Let them get a position. Let them get to a place where they can flex. You will know them. They will not be able to spell discipline for you. They themselves will start doing the chasing. How much more in this case when the women are doing the chasing? How many of them can resist? I don't know many. Wait until they get money. Wait until you get money. Pretty pricey. Wait until they get money. They will show you shege. You would know shege in capital letters. They would. Yeah. Aziz. Salamu alaikum. Kifalik. Yeah. So listen. I'm telling you all these things, and I'm telling you why Black Rasta's rhetoric is not too difficult for me to accept. It's not too difficult for me to accept, although John himself was my guy. Yeah. If you want to know the character of a person, give them money. Give them money, and they will show you shade. A lot of our men. The stories Black Rasta was alleging, they are terrible. So John died interstate. I think that was on record. Everybody knew that at the time. But according to Black Rasta, there was no money left. There wasn't actually a seed money to be left to be given to anybody. I don't struggle to believe that because me, myself, at this point in my life, John was my age. I don't have a lot of money spare to be storing nothing, to be giving anything nowhere. And if John was having these things and sending people abroad, if you sent a girl abroad, you will have to maintain her abroad. You will have to take the money from the cedi and convert it to the pound or to the dollar. Yeah, the cedi and the dollar are disobedient currencies. They don't stay in one spot. They are always changing their colors every time. They are twerking up, down, down, up. And most of the time they twerk upstairs. These currencies. So if you are converting money to be sending to people for upkeep of children. So Black Rasta says that when he was actually down, he apologized to his wife. And the wife was trying to work with it. But I said that may explain some of the detachment that we saw in Lilian Kumah. Nobody would be able to deny that Lilian Kumah was quite detached when this happened. The currencies at work, up, down, but they work upstairs. They are very disobedient currencies, the pound and the dollar. The sterling and the dollar. Very disobedient currencies. You tell them to sit still for 5 seconds, they won't listen. So if you are changing currency against all this twerking, to be maintaining, politician wives struggle. And so politician wives are very dangerous characters. My mother being one of them. Politician wives, they know how to play games because they have to learn how to play games to survive. They do. A lot of them realize that they can't fight these women. And so they detach. And they knuckle down to build something for themselves. And so Black Rasta says the girl built her church herself. I don't struggle to believe that. Because her church has continued to thrive even after John's demise. They were not running that church together. That woman was running her affairs by herself. I don't struggle to believe that at all. I saw when she was commissioning her new church. Yeah. I saw how she was commissioning her new church. And because John died interstate, we knew that the family were going to get in with the distribution of property. I saw a brother who said that they didn't get anything. They just gave everything to Lilian and the children. But Black Rasta is busy saying that they had 70 patriarchs and a 4-bedroom from somewhere. And the rest of it was something she needed to go figure out. These are not the things you really imagine when you thought that he died the deputy finance minister of the state. A lot of you will assume. So when Lilian commissioned her church, I did not really see that time. She flew under the radar. Nobody remembered her. But as soon as she remarried, people started resharing, including they sent me when one of these big pastors had gone to her church and they were launching this big church building. And the person says, look at what she's doing with state funds. I think some of you, according to Black Rasta, may owe Lilian Kumah an apology. It might not actually be state funds that were used to build the church. I'm telling you. Don't let people detach from you. Betrayal is one of the quickest things that will lead to detachment. If you betray somebody, if you are an infidel, if you are disloyal to a person, garbage in, garbage out. A person may fight it for religious reasons. A person may try their very best for old time's sake, but you cannot not disconnect. You cannot not disconnect. If a person betrays you like that fundamentally, there is an aspect of you and your heart that will dissociate. And if a person dissociates from you, at the time of your need, it will be difficult for that person to reconnect. And so they will come to your deathbed, but they will come sit there and read. My friend, the cardiologist, was shocked. Can you believe that his wife is at the bedside, but she's brought books? She's not talking to him. She's crossed her legs and she's busy reading. The nurses are the ones who tend to him. This guy is in pain and she'll put her headphones in. She can do that because she is distant from you. If a person is really amorously and emotionally connected to you, they cannot. When a tear falls, they want to catch it. If you go to a person's sickbed, you will know the kind of life. You see what I say, the good that you do in your life, will expose you. And the ill you do in your life, when the fundamentals are weak, ye shall be exposed at the last hour. Richard says, thank you for your discussion. You are very blessed to be here for this discussion. I pray, Richard, that people like you here will hear me and that you will bear these things in mind in your dealings with people, with your spouses, so that you don't commit these cardinal offenses that will be written in blood in a person's heart. They will never forget it. You might kneel and you might lick her feet and you might buy a jet and she will never forget it. Never. Never. She may pretend to have forgiven. She may even try to forgive. She may even believe she has forgiven. But I can tell you on absolute authority, she cannot forgive. She cannot forget. Things will send her reminders. That's how humans work. That's how betrayal works. The day you are sick and she's got to wipe your ass, in the middle of lifting your heavy ass, something will click in her brain. Why am I even doing this for this idiot who could not even be faithful to me? It will come. It is inevitable. And that is the day fresh anger will fill her heart. And she will close her heart to you. And she will dump you. Ask men who have had strokes, who had been disloyal to their wives. Ask them about the care that they have received. Some of these women are not able to walk away from you, but they will let you know. You know when food is cooked and the cook is dissatisfied and unhappy, it affects the biochemistry of the food. Did you know? When a person cooks with love, they are very careful of the ingredients they put in. They are very careful of the methods they use to cook. When you eat that food, it's very different from food that is cooked anyhow for you. And because of what you have done, your food will be cooked while somebody is hissing. She will cook your food whilst lamenting. She will be cursing your head while she's cooking for you. She cannot forget. Never. And this is the thing my sisters have told men, and you have foolishly believed. I have forgiven. It is a lie. They cannot forgive. They can never forget. They pretend to. They try to, but they cannot achieve it. It is unachievable. So men are like, you cannot forgive your wife when she betrays you sexually. And you think that women are more capable of doing that. You are a fool. No woman can. Just as you cannot forgive your woman if she goes to another man, neither can she forgive you. It's just society and the way we are socialized. They will pretend, they will try for the sake of the children, for the sake of the church, for the sake of appearance keeping, for the sake, but she can never achieve it. And Sister Mary Ochirinyako has written it. At that point, she has no mercy. Those women are merciless. They are aggressive. And that's why I do not struggle to believe some of the things that Black Rasta is insinuating. I looked at the defiance with which Lilian Kumah is getting married. And I hear Lilian Kumah telling you that she believes in living and that she refuses to be caged by grief. I was listening to her and I'm like, this thing is full of double entendres. Damn! This woman is defiant. So it did not surprise me when Frank Kumah said Lilian had not told them she was getting married. No, Lilian feels aggrieved. She may not have told you people, but she is aggrieved. And no, it's not just over property. She will be aggrieved because you people are supposed to be the people who settle issues between her and her husband. That's how a lot of women are. I'm giving you this if you are an in-law. If your brother is messing about and you sit and you watch and you don't say anything, your sister-in-law records it in her black book in red ink. She will wait for you at the appropriate time. The day she gets you, you will know. Whilst your stupid brother is betraying her, your stupid ass is supporting your brother or turning a blind eye, and you do not correct your brother, you do not. So it is something women also hold. You are the mother-in-law. Your son is being an idiot. You don't say anything. You watch your son do whatever he wants to her. While she's suffering, you turn a blind eye. And then you think what? Your name is written in red ink in her black book. Yeah. Families end up with these women who are aggrieved. And then after the funeral, you're expecting her to toe your line. No, she won't. You expect when she meets another man, she will come to you. She was sending straight bullets to people who knew them. That girl had a loaded gun. And she was firing anyhow. This is recently when she got married, you know. Recently when she got married, she took the mic. The vim with which this girl was talking. I'm like, hey, this woman has stories she hasn't told. The vim with which she was speaking. This was not just anybody moving on. Women marry and move on all the time. Men die and their widows move on all the time. I know they don't make speeches like this with such vim. She was even on, so she was not hiding that marriage. Didn't you people know? I'm not the bride, I'm the bride's daughter. I saw that video. That girl was not hiding her marriage. Under all other circumstances, for a Ghanaian woman to be moving on less than 2 years after her husband died, even if the marriage was inevitable, even if she had agreed to marry, she would have done it quietly. She would have hidden it. She would not have wanted it to be seen in public because she would not have wanted the public backlash. This one did not care. Do you hear me? She did not care. She did not care. She was doing all the things that brides were doing. And didn't you people wonder why? I am not the bride. I am the bride's daughter. I saw that video. Unless you people say it's AI. I am not the bride. I am the bride's sister. I am the bride. She was sat on a couch in a pink dress, I think. I am the bride. She wanted you to know. And she wanted you people to know she was the bride. Why would a woman want to rub it like that? It's a question for the gods. And for some of you to try and ponder on. And for you to learn some lessons on. Why would a person not be afraid of this backlash? What would have given her the capacity? Albert, what would have given her the capacity to do that? The audacity to come forward and do one of these things, which would be all over social media. She didn't care. She actually wanted you people to see. She was not hiding. She was not hiding her marriage at all. She is defiant in moving on. Why do you think that is? She is not going to waste her life. She is too young, she said. She's going to live her life. She has found another guy. And she's moving on with her children and this guy. And she's respecting life. There were a lot of stray bullets. Some of you probably listened to things flat. And so you didn't catch on the stray bullets. And me, with my long mouth, I want to tell you some of those stray bullets. I want you people to peel your eyes and look. The rhetoric was never, why is it that the woman is able to move on so fast? Well, that's the question you should ask. What makes a person capable of doing that is emotional detachment. Where does the emotional detachment come from? It comes from years of being done bad. Or sometimes not years, but it could be one catastrophic event. Something that makes a person feel like detachment is their only solution. So they disengage, they detach. When they disengage and detach, they no longer care. Yeah, they are cocooned. They are distant from it all. It is a survival technique. And it is usually you guys and your stupid decisions and your stupid choices and your betrayals and the things you do with other women whilst you are married to them that draw women to that point. It is you and your disrespect that pushes them to that point. It is you and your infidel behaviors that drive them to that point. See, but the problem is that that point is a point of no return. You cannot forget what you have seen. You cannot unknow what you know. You cannot unknow what you know about a person's character. When a person shows themselves to you, they show you hot shady, or you will know them. You cannot unknow what they have showed you. So in light of what they know about you, they cannot help but to deal with you in particular ways. Some of you think that the woman says, it's okay, it's all right, I forget. It's never all right. This is why I tell people, when you have been stupid enough and you've done this, it's better for you to run from the relationship. It doesn't recover. The relationship never recovers. You might learn to be civil. You might learn to live together. You might try and keep it. But fundamentally, there's something irreparable about it. There's something irreparable about it. You cannot unknow what you know. It's a fundamental thing. Once you know, you know. You may choose to disregard it, but you still know. You might choose to pretend, but you still know. So Black Rasta has thrown some bombs, but I am trying to decode Black Rasta's bombs for you. Like I said, I've not spoken to Lilian. I have not spoken to nobody. I am not privy to whatever. I am taking everything Black Rasta said at face value, but I'm also telling you that from what I have observed of Lilian Kumah in this episode, what Black Rasta is throwing out is not too difficult to reconcile. What Black Rasta is throwing out is not too difficult to reconcile. And yeah, a lot of politician wives are like that. Do you guys remember when Jerry Rollins died and Nana Kunedu was literally just here? All the foolishness was going on and she was also drinking tea. Women like that have learned to insulate themselves a long time before now. You go to a politician's wife and you tell her he is here doing something. She's like, okay. They've made peace. Different people make peace with different things, but they've made peace. Another associate of mine is busy being another idiot. And somebody else was sick and tired of it and went to tell his wife. When the person finished speaking, his wife says, thank you for being one of the few who will come to me with it. But in truth, I know. And so this person says, tell your brother that he is in very dangerous territory. Because this woman who says, in truth, I know, can do anything. Anything is possible. Some of them might keep you there to pay for the fees. Some of them might keep you there and they might also have their fun with your driver. Some of them might keep you there and bring you other men's children for you to pay for. Different women do different things as their coping technique. But when you have done that to a person, you are inviting them and their mental illnesses to exhibit themselves. That's where the danger is. You are inviting them and all their mental illnesses and all their frailties and the way that exhibits itself to be your consequence. That's scary. And this is what I've said to you. A person can never be loyal to you when you have been disloyal to them. They will try. They will pretend. But deep down, the loyalty you would have felt for a guy that you were standing with who is standing with you, it never recovers. It never recovers. So what am I telling you today? If you know that you don't know how to be faithful, don't marry. It is not illegal to be unmarried. Stay single. Call her a concubine. Tell her she's one of number 10. There is a guy on social media who says that he doesn't deal with, he calls us all sorts of derogatory names, but he only deals with under 30s. Yes, he likes these under 30 girls because these under 30 girls are usually hungry enough to go and be in his harem, and he can do whatever. But you see, I'm not mad about it. He is openly declared. Those who like to play that game go to his den all the time, and he has never lacked female company. He always has them. But I don't think the women who go there are there looking for the long haul. He's been very openly declared with you. You are not the only one. He calls one wife number 4, and he parades this girl everywhere. You cannot say that a person like this did not tell you. They tell you. And so if you are willing to play that game with them, you go and join them and you enjoy your madness together. It's better to do that. In fact, I respect men like that more than those of you who pretend to be better but you are not. Those of you who stupidly lead other people's daughters into these situations knowing that you were never going to be faithful. It is so annoying. I saw this video yesterday of a girl who had been made a second wife accidentally. An accidental second wife. She didn't even know. The guy had told lies and had gone to marry somebody else. She is of a different tribe. He knew that he could not marry a woman of a different tribe. He had to have a woman from his tribe. But he led this one on, went and married the other one whilst he was leading this on, came back because now he has done what the family wanted. He came here and he could now marry this one. Mess. Don't do that. Be honest with people. I am like this, and give people the option to choose to engage with you or not. These stupid games that you play to try and manipulate people into positions never work. It will always end in tears. So here I am reminding you again. Yeah. I am reminding you of some of these things, and I want to tell you that it does not pay to be an infidel. There is no point even doing it. The cost is heavy. When your wife moves on 6 months later, and women are now becoming very aggressive in making statements. They are bold in making statements. They are defiant in making statements. They are not going to hide. They will be on social media telling people that they are the bride 20 months after your funeral. I'm not the bride. I am the bride. Yeah. No, they are not going to hide anymore. My mother and her age, they would not have done it. They would have sat down and waited and wasted their lives. When my dad passed, we all knew my mother was never going to remarry. Never. In her head, that is her way of paying homage. But she could have also had somebody else to have good company, but that's their age and how they think. Me and my cronies are not even like that. Never mind our daughters. So check your age, I'm telling you. Some of the stupid things that you saw your father and your grandfathers do and get away with, seemingly, you will not get away with. This generation of women, whole different species. But when you see that species and their exhibition, and sometimes you are struggling to understand, I've made it my business to explain it to you a little bit so that somehow you are in a much better position to understand. Let me ask you, capiche, finally? Do you understand how Lilian Kumah has managed to remarry and move on? Let me go and find the comments that somebody had made, which are hidden. Why is it hiding your message? Dominic Cannon, my system has hidden your message because my page is not your marketing department. If you want to sell anything,
yes, sir. What are you looking for me?
Turn your camera on and go and advertise for yourself. Because my systems are such that if you attempt to use me as your marketing department, you may end up with a few tears. I'm not willing to be your unpaid marketing department. So that's why it has hidden your message. Now I understand. Now I know. So there we go. I'm telling you, hoping that you guys will make sense of what I'm saying, that you will understand this thing way before it becomes an issue that concerns you. Yeah. So very nice to see you. I hope that this rendition has made sense. If you haven't seen the Black Rasta video, go look for the Black Rasta video, find it and watch it. Listen to some of the allegations that Black Rasta has just thrown out. And because Black Rasta is who he is, he actually did interview Frank, John's little brother. And he did run some of those things by by Frank. And he asked Frank, how many children does John have? And Frank says 6. We know of 6 children. Is it true that only 4 of those children are Lilian, Kumah's biological? John has 6 children. He's trying to give political answers. Is it true that Lilian Kumah only has 4 biological children and not 6? John has 6 children. Is it true that there is a child from America that is apparently John's kid? John has 6 children. And I was like, Frank, somebody needs to school you better. If you're going to come here into these spaces, no, this is not a good tactic, because that just invites everybody to read in between the lines. If all you're going to do, because if it was untrue, completely baseless, Frank would have been aggrieved. Stop saying that about my brother. Stop soiling his name in his demise. John does not have any. All the 6 children are Lilian's children. She had one on the 16th other, and she had the 17th other, and she had an... Frank did not do that too. And because Frank didn't do that, me and my long mouth made inferences from the response he gave. The diplomatic stance he took, it was quite revelatory as well. So those of you who have applied your long mouth to Lilian Kumah, I hope that some of these things will help you to retract your long mouth and go fix it in your own affairs. Those of you who have been in my inbox disturbing my peace, when I made the first video and I told you, I didn't even know half of this, but I had just observed a little bit, and I told you that that woman should not waste her life. In light of some of these accusations, it might even be more pertinent for her to go and live her life, because according to Black Rasta, they had not been together for about 8 years before his illness. They were reconciling when he was ill. That means that that girl got married at 19, apparently had her first kid at 20. She lost her youth. And so if she wants to retract some of her middle age and live well and have somebody else to try again, who is going to begrudge her? You? As what? What will be your qualification for begrudging that girl? Me, I don't qualify. I don't qualify. Life must not be wasted. She is blessed with life, and she chooses not to waste it. Who am I to judge her? Who am I to judge her? So I'm back to the same place with you. Me. Some of the things I have heard make very uncomfortable hearing. But knowing what I know of the political terrain in Ghana, if you give me 100 politicians, let's make it 1,000 politicians. In fact, 10,000 politicians, we will be lucky to get one. 10,000 politicians in Ghana, we will be lucky to get one. Equal me, one. Even the pastors in Ghana are struggling. Haven't you people realized? I don't know where you are from, but our pastors are struggling. These are supposed to be the men of God. The men of God are having children in places the men of God have concubines coming from the crevices all the time. Even the men of God are struggling. How much more the people of God than those in politics? Yo. And this Daniel, thank you very much. The men of God are struggling. The people of God are hopeless. The politicians the politicians, there's a young associate of my dad's who got married, and his wife was hurting and crying. The woman comes to talk to my mother, and I listened to the tactical advice my mother was giving to this girl. And that time I was thinking, damn, I don't want a politician, me. I don't even want a man of God. In fact, at that time, I didn't even want a Ghanaian man of any kind. If you've listened to me, I've told you, I was so disillusioned over marriage. The people who redeemed it for me are my big sister and her husband. I watched my big sister and her husband marry in this modern, cute way. And I looked at them and I'm thinking, okay, maybe I should relax my stance on this. That's how I got sucked into all this marriage thing. Because knowing what I knew and having seen what I had seen, I was not interested in this nonsense, to be honest. I was not interested in this crap. Sometimes you see these young girls, as for me, he can never do that. And I'm like, have you met them? Do you know what? You are choosing one of my brothers and you are here very confident. Are you okay? Let me not speak with my long mouth, lest I get accused of witchcraft. Let me go find somewhere in a corner to sit. Oh, Daniel, I apologize. They are sanctified true on top of the holy. Hey, let me rinse my mouth. Let me not touch the anointed. Hey, okay. They are sanctified too. Very nice. Mama didn't say anything. Please, people of God, forgive me. Hello, Obaga guy. How you doing? Let me clean my mouth. Fiam. It didn't come out of my mouth. How can I say that? No. Yes. Daniel, very holy and sanctified. I like it. Okay, let's forget about the men of God. At the moment, we are discussing the people of God, especially the politicians of hell. What about those ones? Are we going to defend them? Richard, witchcraft, Share. If you are not careful. So me, I am retracting my long mouth. I am going to go sit in my affairs as all of you advised me to do. Mind your own business. Why are you not minding your affairs? I'm like, if minding your affairs was so easy, would you come on my platform to come and advise me about my affairs of not minding my own affairs? If you were busy minding your own affairs, would you be here to advise me to mind my affairs? Minding your own business is a very difficult thing. I can't do it. You can't do it. And then you are here me, I'm not a woman of God, so I can't speak for the men of God. At the best, I can become a woman of God. I will never be a man of God. So I have no knowledge of how men of God. I can only advise the people of God. Hey, Oba guy. Me. That's for me and my long mouth. Hey. So let me retract it. Let me put it in my own affairs because there's plenty of mess in my affairs. It's true. But whilst I'm busy minding my messy affairs, sometimes I have to come and advise you. I don't even know. Nobody pays me for this nonsense. But my spirit tells me that I should advise all of you. Hopefully one man who is young enough hears this and realizes marriage is not for you and you run away. Hopefully one man who is young enough hears this and thinks, if I'm going to be married, I better learn to be a faithful person. That some of these things, they breed disloyalty. And there is nothing scarier than living with a person who is disloyal to you. That person is in the same league as your enemy. When you sleep on a bed with your enemy, scary. Yes, so Richard, I can only address the people of God, though. Let me advise the people of God, especially the women of God. The women of God are dangerous characters. Eve, if you people think about it, Eve was newly arrived in the garden. How many days was she even old before she figured out where the fruit was? Adam had seen this fruit for a long time. Eve came and wiggled her nyash. Adam could not control himself. We have different definitions of fruit. But Sister Eve arrived and looked at Bra Adam. She shaked nyash. Adam was a goner. When God came, Adam did not even know what to say. Adam, where are you? Adam says, I'm naked. God says, Adam, who's talking about naked? Women of God are dangerous people. Oh. That was Eve soon after she arrived. Me, I've been here approaching 5 decades. You are not afraid of me. Hey, yo. Please, so. Guy. Me, I've been here approaching 5 decades. Eve, after a few days, can take Adam and all of us down this path. And you are not afraid of women of God. Of all the people on this planet, you want to offend one of these creatures. And you think that when you offend them, you will go scot-free. Sometimes I want to just open my forehead like this and let you see what is brewing in my head. If you people could see what was happening in my brain, all of you will run away from me on this Facebook page. I was telling somebody, me, I am wicked. I am past wicked. I am wicked. And when it is time for me to pay you back, we will do so tactically. I'm not a person to offend, though. Me, you want to do your do. And then when the time comes, you want to do what? You better start scoring some brownie points so that will advocate for you. Because if some big things don't advocate for you, hey, at the crux, it will be a very sad thing. There are many women who are detached from you. And the detachment, it shows in many ways, just that a lot of you are not smart enough to look carefully to read it. Daniel Aivo. Now I'm very curious. Come and tell me what happened to the man of God. If this is what is happening to man of God, what chance do boys of God have? Men of God. Boys of God. Hey. If the men of God cannot stand, what will the boys of God do? Hey, what chances do we have with some of these boys of God? Brother in Christ. Man of God himself cannot sit up. What will brother in Christ do? Hey, okay. Oh. Daniel, you know me and my long mouth. I am curious, so please come and deliver because I want to know. I want to hear. You see gossip? Now gossip. Gojo. Hey, yeah. All of us. Listen, I share these things always. And when that happens, I hear a lot of people come and they come and make noise in my ears. No. Let me share this to another place. Oh. Okay, so I'm sharing this. Bless you. Hopefully, I am terrible. I don't even remember to share this even to my own group. Awful. I have this simple policy. I'm making your day. Oh my God, guy. You see, this is how people get upset with me. Anna, this is a serious topic. Stop messing about. I'm like, hold on. Look, a person can only give you what they have. This is the amount of seriousness I have. I'm done. Afishapo, Angie. Angie. One of our brothers is here. Oh, yeah. Black Rasta is revealing interesting things about our brother John Kumah and his wife. And some people say that I had thrown one loose cannon and I hadn't tied the ends. I was not going to tie any ends, but considering now that Black Rasta is here and is throwing cannons, we might as well help him detone it. And I'm hoping that what we have done will help some of you reflect. When you have offended a woman, apologizing changes nothing. Angela is here. She is my sister. She'll tell you the truth. Women never forget. As for the forgive, some of us pretend to forgive. There are some who actually even try to forgive, but they fail miserably. You cannot. There are some things that you can never forgive. You certainly can never forget. They may leave it for a while, but at some point, when the going gets tough, when they have to commit to dig deep for you, the devil will send them an email. They will get an email. If the email doesn't go through, they will receive a WhatsApp. The devil will whisper in their ear, Ama, is it this man that you are seriously breaking your back for? Don't you remember him? Is this not the guy who got all his salary and he went with his secretary and he went to a resort and he blew all the money, and that day you be like, it is him now. And so why is it that now that he's broke, you are busy sharing your money with him, and that day you will see yourself and you're like, hey, it's true. When this guy got money, he went with his secretary, he left me here with 5 children, and he left me, we didn't eat. It is there. They never forget. They will never forget. And majority of them cannot forgive. It will be there. They will beat it into the recesses of the mind. But when the going gets tough, they will be reminded. As soon as it gets tough. So, especially these men who bring women abroad. When I brought her behavior changed. I'm like, no. She had you down a long time ago. She just wasn't in a position to show you shade. That's why. Whilst you were still in Africa, the society was so socialized that she didn't dare. Whilst you were in Africa, you were the only breadwinner, the only one who could pay for the rent. And so she submitted and she was quiet. Now that she's in America and she's earning more as a nurse than you are, she will show you hot pepper. The men who lived faithfully with their women, the men who were kind to their women, the men who were generous to their women whilst they were in Africa, when they go to Timbuktu, the women are still generous in return. I keep telling you, as for me and my husband, it is a case of 200 pounds between me and my husband. Whenever the devil sends me emails, when the emails arrive, you should be wicked. That 200 pounds also reveals itself and reminds me, do you remember when he gave you those 200 pounds? And my brain is like, yes, I remember. Do you remember that those 200 pounds were the foundation of some of the courses that you did, of some of the movements that you did? That thing you were going to do was a precursor to where you sit right now. And so I sit and I think, and then I become ashamed of myself. And so the email the devil sent to me is made nonsense of, because there is a 200 pounds that guy gave me when I was not his girlfriend. I was just his friend. And I had talked about doing this thing for so long. Fear woman, me, I fear me. Not any woman, me, I fear me. Me, myself, I'm so afraid of me, of the things I can do. Sometimes if you knew what happens in my brain, you would run away. Of course, Lilian, there is a reason why she's very comfortable with her reason. And she's not doing it quietly. This is the thing most people missed. That woman is not remarrying quietly. She is remarrying defiantly. And she's doing it in the public eye. She's defiant. Why do we think that is? Sometimes something happens in me. I'm doing mathematics. The devil sends me a calculator. And the devil says, Amma, calculate this and subtract this and divide it by this. As soon as I pick my calculator, I can also see those 200 pounds. Those 200 pounds that guy gave me. We had spoken. He knows that I am somebody who doesn't say things without doing it. And so we had discussed, I had said that I was going to do this thing. The deadline was approaching. And on the day just before the deadline lapsed, he just asked me, have you done it? I'm like, mate, I couldn't. And he says, why? I'm like, look, I've rallied around, I've done everything, but I'm 200 pounds short. And he says, is that so? I'm like, okay. Let me call you back. I'm like, fine. 2 minutes later, he calls me and he says, 200 pounds in your bank account. Go and get this thing done ASAP and report back to me. You should have seen me and the speed with which I run to go and take care of what needed to be done. And even as I did that thing and I saw the receipt that I had done, it was the great escape. I knew that I had made a great escape. That thing was fundamentally important to me. I knew that thing was going to be one of those foundations of the progress I would ever make. So me, you see, my husband, if my husband eats my money, I don't care much. I was telling you some of these, people will ask me about some of our assets and I'm lackadaisical about it. If he took the asset and he ate it, I don't care. You know why? Because a lot of the money which has come from my side, he has seed money in that. He has seed money in the progress that I made. He had seed money in the direction in which I went. And what makes it even extra special, if I was his girlfriend, if he was in my knickers at the time, it would have been his responsibility. It was not. He genuinely cared about me and my progress at that time. At that time, I was somebody else's girlfriend. He didn't care. He was that interested in making sure that I made progress. And so I did. And so when that guy eats my money, I'm thinking seed money. Seed money. Seed money. It's fine. He's eating it. Seed money. Seed money. He has seed money there. Do you have any seed money in some account with your wife? So that when the devil sends messages to her brain, that seed money will intervene on your behalf. Have you shown her some extra large kindness? That would mean that she has to pay you back in the same kindness. Those of you who have done some of these funny things already, you need some big things to advocate for you. So start winning brownie points. Don't think that she's forgotten. As for forgetting, she will never forget. But you will need some other things that will intervene and advocate on your behalf. Start looking for those things. That might be the only way up for you if you've already nailed your coffin this way. If you haven't done it, don't do it. If you have done it, start looking for ways in which you can do some retribution. I beg you, I'm sorry I've forgiven you is not retribution. I can tell you that for free. She says she forgave me. That's not enough. That's not enough. She forgave. When people offend me and I say that I have forgotten, I've forgiven you. If you know where I have stored that thing in my brain. Hey, me, don't offend me. I always tell people, don't offend me. Because somewhere in the dark crevices of my brain, where I will store this, I have a black book. And your name will be written red in my black book. Permanent ink. Again, ni. The things that you do to make them forget also they. There are some things that you do to people regardless of seed money, they will never forget. Those things, most of you forget to come and tell. But you all know why. You know the reasons why the women get mad at you and they forget the seed money. There is a certain domain of things that you do against your woman, all your kindness will be forgotten. There are some things you do that even me, with my obsession with seed money, I will forget. I promise you. There are some things you do to me. Seed money will come out from my brain instantly. Don't do those things. Don't do those things. So, we don't know why she remarried. Black Rasta has explained. Why is this woman so defiant? And she's showing it to everybody. Black Rasta. You know, Carol, as for me, I am not just Sagittarius also. I was born on the 22nd of November. On some of the charts, I am the last day of Scorpio. On the other charts, I am the first day of Sagittarius. I am hot and cold. And my personality is so turbulent. Yeah. You are two-faced. You have two sides. Yeah. So if you believe in that, then I am a very interesting character for you. Could be the last day of Scorpio. The Scorpio people. And as for the Sagittarius people, I am fiery, hidden under ice. Volcano under ice. You may not know what is brewing underneath. Yeah. So I always tell people, don't offend me. Don't offend me. It is the best thing for all of us. Do not offend me. Because once you offend me, it takes a long time for us to move on. In fact, even when we have moved on the surface, we may not have moved on underneath it. This elephant does not forget. And a lot of women are like me. They just do not want to admit to it like that. Things like what? So there's a woman who said that she fed her husband the things that she knew would give him a stroke. And it took her 15 years to do the loving wife. Add more butter for daddy. Or let's put more milk for you. You deserve the very much. She was doing it on purpose. It took her 15 years to achieve her aim. You know why she did that? Soon after they got married, she came to meet her husband on their matrimonial bed with the cousin she had brought from her village to come help in the house. The guy was doing the big R. Her cousin was not in agreement. Her husband was forcing himself on the little girl that she had brought from the village. The following morning, she had to come up with she was a nurse and she worked night shift. So this guy thought that she was gone for the night. And he was here doing his thing. When she came to see it, she couldn't make noise. She went back to work. Can you imagine what was going on in her mind that night? The following day she came, the girl did something little. She had already decided she needed to return this girl to... No, Nanekwe, I've answered you. Oh, I've answered you. Yeah. Yes, I am split. Actually, I'm not even two personalities. As for me, I always say that I have multiple personality disorder. That day, when she came to see her husband doing that with the little cousin, that day, she decided that she would teach that man a lesson. And from that day, she became the most loving of wives. She will cook for him personally. She will add extra sugar, extra milk, extra fat, more eggs, very rich foods that the guy did not realize she didn't eat too. His food was served separate. His food was cooked separate. She and the children did not eat that garbage. They will make tea and she'll put extra in. And while she's doing it, she tells him, only the very best for my honey. Oh my God. Yeah, try this egg. The guy says, I'm full. No, 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 no. Come on. Try this. Yes, this cheese is very good. Try that. Do this. Do this. 15 years. And then when he finally has his stroke, he had a massive stroke and he's literally in vegetative state, but he can hear and he can understand. He can't speak. All he does is blink when he's upset. And this is when she's busy reminding him of his sins. That is when she told him, you know, that night when we had recently married and I brought my cousin home and I went to work, you thought I was gone, right? No, I came back to come and get something. And when I came to see you with my cousin. 2 days later, when she did something small and I was returning her, you said I was dramatic and I was laughing. No, I took her away because I knew you would get me into trouble. You would go and impregnate her and embarrass me. And so I had to take the girl quickly. So I did. And that day is the day you nailed yourself in the coffin. I have been looking for you since that day. Do you remember when I cook and I put extra oil in for you and I was waiting to get you here? Then she will shake the ding dong to the left and shake the ding dong to the right, and she say, look at the community ding dong. Look at how useless it is right now. There you are. See, you can't even speak. Look at you lying here with all your manhood. Look at you. Is this what you've been reduced to? Oh, how have the mighty fallen? And this is not something another person told me. This is the thing the woman herself told me. Women. Me. The things that happen here. And we have to constantly pray to the good Lord for mercy. And we have to constantly pray to the good Lord for forgiveness, for grace. You feel bad for him? Oh, me, I don't go that far. He put himself there. He nailed himself in the coffin. So, no, I don't feel bad. No. He offended her first. And she retaliated. I always say to people, see, don't tap me. And when I punch you for blood, you cry. Different people react differently. So don't offend people so that when they do it back to you, we don't all fight the way you fight. Of course, she is to the extreme. But who is going to say she can't be to the extreme? People of God. People of God, who is going to say? My people. Okay. Anyway, let me tell you. Ooh. So feeling bad for poor men. I'm not sure about that one though. I'm telling you some of these things. So if you did not understand why Lilian Kumah has married again less than 2 years later, and she's busy doing all the defiant things that she seems to be doing. Black Rasta has a message for you. Go and listen to Black Rasta. It may explain it to you. As I said, I haven't checked facts. I don't need to fact check. I'm just saying that considering what I have seen of Lilian Kumah, of her reactions and responses, I don't struggle to believe some of the things Black Rasta is saying. Nah, it's not difficult for me to believe. Nah, it's not difficult at all. My long mouth, it makes some sense to me. Some of what Black Rasta is saying does make some sense. I know some of you don't like it, but I'm just saying it makes some sense to me. If you don't agree, fight with the local transformer in your estate. Make sure it is the step-up transformer. Don't look for the step-down. Find the local step-up transformer. Hug it. And vent your frustration. Find a step-up transformer. Find one. But if you can't find a step-up, we'll manage a step-down. Just manage any transformer. Just hug it. Hug it and vent your frustration onto it. As for me, I'm sitting here minding my business. I know people of God. Don't call me. I know. I read the same Sermon on the Mount. I have been in Sunday school since I was a kid. I can recite most of the stories in the Bible. I know. What is important is not the reading of the scriptures. It is the practicing of them. So I'm going to go and pray to God to forgive me my sins and hopefully give me some grace to practice some of them. I recommend you go and do the same. But hopefully, my conversation helps you understand how some of these things unravel, and hopefully, you learn some sense from some of the things that have happened to those who walked before you. And Tiria, you are laughing, but it's true. Sometimes they think you don't know. If you knew the things your women know. And they will come home sweet tooth. Yeah, fat in sugar. They will cook for you. Only special food for my love. Mwah, mwah. Come here, baby. Eat some more egg. Come on, darling. Eat it for me. Eat it for me. Oh, yes, sweetheart. Try this butter. Oh, I got ice cream specifically for you. If you know the motivations for some of those things. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, you don't know, don't know. You don't know, don't know. Most of the time, they know more than they make out that they do know. They are scary people. Me, I am afraid of women. A very productive day to you, Sister Velma. Much love. You are not afraid of women. Stay there. You think you are the only wisdom. As for you, you are not wise. You alone, you are wisdom. Okay, carry on. Add it as your middle name. Carry on, Mr. Wisdom. When it finally shakes, don't come to me. Don't come. The way you live will be exposed after you go. There are some of you, there are some women at their husband's funeral, you see them sitting quietly. You think it's all because they are upset. No. Some of the women, as soon as they leave the body, they start dancing. You will see some of the women are relieved. As soon as they lift your body and they bury you and come to the funeral, they are dancing. Hey, which widow is dancing at her husband's funeral? Some of them are greeting. You said you didn't understand why Odobroni was greeting at her husband's funeral. Listening to what you've heard of this Daddy Lumba situation, Odobroni is also detached though. She's detached. She's detached. What will happen has already happened. That woman is now thinking of how she's going to manage her life. So she has to greet all these men. You don't understand why Odobroni is greeting. She will greet. You stay there. Tibia, you okay? Oh. Me, my job is to conscientize you, to make you think before you act. Hopefully, I save you from walking into some of these traps that you lay for yourself. I hope that it will make some of you think better before you do some things. You are not that smart. You cannot cover your tracks that well. Most of the time, the women know. It might not be in their best interest to act, especially if you are the breadwinner of the home. A lot of women will shut up and let you educate the children. Yeah, they will shut up and let you pay the rent. They will shut up and let you care for the home. They will shut up because they have nowhere else to go. Some of the women, because of society, they don't want to be accused of the one who had a divorce. So they will not divorce you, they will stay. But you are a divorced single man. Believe me. You are married single. You are in that marriage, the remaining of that marriage by yourself. She checked out mentally a long time ago. So at your funeral, she will have big sunglasses on. She'll just be doing... There are some women who cannot even shed a single tear at their husband's funerals. Have you seen those women? I'm telling you why that happens. There are women who are in litigation with their family, their husband's family. Come and see the embarrassment she is giving after his demise. Yeah, no. The preservation of, if you yourself were not prepared to preserve yourself. I know a woman whose husband brought extra, whose side chicks brought extra children to the funeral, and she is the one who wrote the children's name. She printed the brochure, the invitation, and she made sure that on the invitation she had the children's names listed in two groups. Her children were listed above. There was a line, and then all the other children the man had sired were also listed, every single one of them. She was announcing her husband was an infidel, and it was going to be on record. The family members did not notice any of this until after the funeral, and people were asking, why is it that we know this woman has 3 children and there were 12 children on the thing? Did you people notice? And did you notice that there was a line between the names of her children and the others? It was very clear to everybody who went to that funeral what the man had done. She had been betrayed, and she was going to announce it. She did. So everybody will know how many children. You know, I have to say, that is likely to be my style, you know. This will be me. Yes. Don't worry. Let's put everybody's name on the brochure. Let's document it. Don't worry. Here, yes. Is there any more children hiding in crevices? Bring them, bring them. Let's list them. Let's put them here. She listed every single one of them. And this person was a church elder, Pentecost church elder, with 12 children, 3 with his legitimate wife. And so after that, nobody could ask her any questions because she was moving on with her life. What had been done to her was now publicly known. The family would not have wanted to publicize it. They would not have permitted her. She outsmarted them. She did. But it was there. Whatever food your wife gives you, she must eat that food with you or else. I'm telling you. Anyway, listen. I had to respond to this black rasta situation because I know that some of you were harassing me about one video is never enough. And that video you did in the car, you know, was not enough. That did not do justice to the story. And you have to be honest about these things. You have to fully declare, yeah. Tell my boy, your wife knew more than you thought. If you knew the things women knew about you, you will run. I can hear my husband's breathing, and when he changes, I can tell you. I know how he breathes. If he goes to the loo and he's constipated, I can tell you. Because I know how long it takes normally. So when he's constipated, I'm like, oh, are you constipated? The things women notice, the things women know about you. You yourself, you have no idea. Your breath has changed. It is your woman who will tell you some of these things, you know. We were wired that way to see everything. We see everything. Now check outside and see if it's likely to rain. If that's the case, we might need to bring the cushions off the outside chairs. Yeah.
The sky is clear.
The sky is clear. Okay. Anyway, let me go and let me get status updates from some of these people that are in my home. And let's see where we take. Are you still on my project, Nana? Or you abandoned mine?
No, abandoned it.
But what did you do?
There was something with the generators, something about like the doodle sheets things.
You've got an answer for me. Because I do need a strategy to execute.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Let me go and harass a young man. I think I've harassed your ears enough. Those of you who are willing to learn would have learned enough. Those of you who don't want to learn, that's okay. That is your business. It doesn't even concern me that much. Yeah, I'll see you guys latest. Bye.